You're listening to the Intuitive Souls podcast. I am your host, Sarah Caruso, and this podcast is designed to educate, inspire, and enlighten. Let's wake up together. Hi guys, welcome back to the show. So this marks the 12th episode of the series, and I am super excited about all the feedback that I'm getting. Thank you guys so much for your kind and generous reviews on iTunes and messaging me and all the great stuff that I'm hearing from you guys. I really do appreciate it, and it just makes me so happy and so pumped to keep on giving you all these awesome episodes and bringing you guys such amazing high vibrational people, because I see that it's making a difference and I see that you guys are enjoying it. So this just gets me so freaking motivated to keep on giving you guys value, content, and anything you guys want me to talk about. So this week, I want to give you guys a little background story of this guest. So I don't know how I came across him, but I was just scrolling through Facebook, and all of a sudden this guy pops up on my feed and I'm like drawn to him, right? His energy was so pure, so healing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get him on the podcast. There was just this energetic connection. I can't even explain it. I was like, I just need to get to know him, right? So I reached out to him, and we, before we even recorded, there was just I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I know you. You know what I mean? We just connected so amazingly, and he is so great and he knows all the crystals. So we actually put together this show, the Crystal Awards, tiny little show that I was thinking about because I get a lot of questions about crystals and what ones to use for certain things. So I was like, let me get another crystal guru on and we will just do a show. So I sent him all the ideas that I had and the subjects best crystal for focus, lifting spirit, Zen and meditation. And the crazy thing is out of all the crystals in the world, we didn't even talk about this beforehand. We were on the same page with every single one, basically. So it just goes to show when you, I just really truly believe that my vibration and his vibration clicked so well. And I feel like you can tell just by the way we're talking back and forth. He is absolutely amazing. He is so high vibe. And I really, really think if you guys aren't following him, his name is Crystal Queer on Facebook. His name is Michael, and he is amazing. So go ahead and check him out. Michael, thank you so much for coming on the show, and we will definitely be working again together. So I always ask my guests before anything if there's any essential oil or crystal that they've been using. So I asked him, first, I'm not doing a crystal of the week this week because this whole show is about crystals. So I don't want to go too far into that. So I asked him what essential oil he likes, and he told me he loves sandalwood. So sandalwood essential oils is cherished for its many skin benefiting properties and its ability to promote emotional well-being by dissipating tense feelings. I have used sandalwood. I use sandalwood a lot for grounding. I really like the smell. It's very earthy. So definitely check that essential oil out if you are in need of grounding, or if you're tensed up and you need to totally zen out. That is the amazing oil that you can use for that. And today for the Oracle card, I pulled from, which one did I put from? The Magical Unicorns deck by Doreen Virtue. And I picked the Simplicity card. Put your energy into the basics and let go of excess. So basically, this is telling everybody to just stop worrying about the things that we cannot control, right? I feel like a lot of people now are, just thinking way too much about the things and outside forces that we have no control over. And this card is an indication for us to bring it back to ourselves. Don't stop worrying about the things that we cannot control. Okay, guys? So again, this is episode 12, and I'm really super excited about this episode because I just love talking about crystals. So the guest again is Michael Sclafani. He is the owner of Crystal Queer. He is absolutely amazing. Check him out on Facebook, and I hope you guys enjoy the show. Guys, welcome to the Intuitive Souls podcast. I am your host, Erica Russo. I'm a psychic medium and lover of all things woo-woo. And today I am bringing you guys a really awesome Crystal Award show. And I have asked my friend Michael Sclafani, the owner of Crystal Queer. Please go check him out on Facebook. His energy is absolutely amazing, to come on and talk to me about our favorite crystals for different topics, so we can give you guys the information you need to go get those crystals and go incorporate them into your life. Michael, thank you so much for coming on the show today. And why don't you introduce yourself to everybody?
Oh, thank you so much, Erica. It is such a great pleasure to be here for the first annual Crystal Awards. I'm losing my mind right now. I'm having to grab my fluorite tight to keep it together. It's so great to be here. And yeah, I guess it goes way back, my love affair with the Crystal Kingdom. And, people ask me, how did you get started in crystals? And I think for many of us, crystal keepers of the light, we have many lifetimes that we go way back with the mineral kingdom. And so that's why I think it's difficult for all of us to pinpoint the moment that we knew we were, crystal speakers, crystal whisperers, if you will. But what's really funny? And this is so not spiritual of me, but when I really think of my moment of falling in love with crystals, that aha, epiphany, meeting your soulmate moment, was actually during The Goonies. Did you ever see The Goonies, the movie? Have you seen that? Yes, I know. Exactly.
Oh my gosh, yes, I actually, to be completely honest, that is my husband's one of his favorite movies, and I did not see it because that creature that's in it used to freak me out when I was younger.
Oh my God, the chocolate guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, I can definitely see that.
Oh, it was that moment when they went in the cave or wherever they did. It's been years since I've seen it, but I just remember them opening the treasure chest and being like, there were glistening gems in it. And I was like, oh, that's a real thing. Oh my God, that's amazing. And since that moment, I've been just absolutely fascinated with the crystals and the beauty of them, and then the healing effects. It's just been an unfolding since The Goonies.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's that is the best crystal story I've ever heard.
And seriously, I love chocolate almost as much as I love crystals, so maybe that's where the link comes in. Okay, it's like crystals and chocolate.
Oh my gosh. So guys, as you can see, Michael is all about the crystals. He is a wealth of knowledge. And today we're going to go back and forth, and we're going to talk about our crystals that we go to for focus, lifting our spirits and self-love, our favorite crystal for finding our Zen or for meditation, and then our best all around. So I just want to point out, guys, that best all around was really hard for both of us to choose because there are hundreds of crystals out there and they all have such powerful properties, but I'm just going to let the show speak for itself and you guys will see what we came up with for everything. So Michael, let's see, what's your favorite crystal for focus?
Oh, this is another one because it's tough to pick a favorite, right? I mean, wasn't this some of the most challenging work you've done, trying to pick a favorite crystal?
It
How
was.
do you judge and compare nature's
Right.
treasures like this?
Right.
However, for focus, there is one crystal. All I can speak from is my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
And what I find with is that crystals really, when it comes down to it, are all about focus. Every single crystal. Because when you find a crystal that's good for self-love or healing bronchitis or boosting your confidence, you're focusing on that solution, and that's what really helps activate the crystal, I believe. So they're all focused crystals. However, when it comes to focusing the mind and getting that mind right, I have to say my all-time favorite, I'm going to hold them up, I had to bring them with me, my fluorite. Fluorite is, yes, the queen of focus for me. Yes, queen. Oh my God, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Stop it. Your piece is gorgeous. When you get that lavender or that purple in there, it just brings it all together.
A tiny little, but guys, we only discussed our best all around before this, and he just said fluorite, and I chose fluorite as well. So there's obviously some magic in fluorite going on. I really felt like when I would study, or when you really want to get into a spiritual book, I always have the fluorite around. Always.
Absolutely.
It
really does like align your mind. It's incredible.
Right.
Yeah. One thing with focus is that's one of my biggest challenges in life, Erica, is focus. I'm ADHD, LMNOP. I have all the A's and the H's and the BDDs, whatever. No STDs, but some BDDs for sure. And I cannot do it alone. I need some assistance when it comes to focus, because I am all over the place, shiny squirrel. And fluorite really has, time and time again, enhanced my thoughts and just slowed my brain down so that I can really either get through a book, because I'm one of those people that has to read a paragraph 18,000 times for it to sink in. And when I have my fluorite with me, it's just like smooth sailing. So that's why it just does it for me, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm an Aquarius. So
there you go. Happy new moon.
Yes. Yeah. I very much live in my mind. So I am just like you. I have so much going on in my mind at all times. So when I really need to focus on something, this is a great stone to have if you are in midterms, if you have a project at home that you need to focus on. If you have a work thing going on, or anything that requires your focus, we both highly recommend fluorite. Like I said, we did not talk about what we chose. The only thing that we spoke about beforehand was the best all-around crystal. So definitely go get yourself some fluorite, guys, for sure.
You will not regret it.
Yes.
Never. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So what is your favorite crystal for lifting your spirits and self-love?
Oh, these are such good ones. I mean, okay. So I have a few. However, when it came down to it, I have to say, one thing we all know, and any crystal connoisseur lover will agree, rose quartz is really where it's at. I mean, come on now. Rose quartz, whenever you need a little bit of some self-love, a boost of compassion, and to kind of come out of maybe a negative headspace and get into your heart, hands down, we all know. No shocker there, rose quartz. It's amazing.
Right.
And that's why ultimately it came down to rose quartz. I will say, though, an honorable mention to honey calcite honey. Because honey calcite, I found that when I'm in, again, with the ADD or the ADHD, I think many of us sensitives, we have this brilliant ability to go into such etheric, celestial, high-vibing thoughts and places. And then at the other end of the spectrum, we can go to some scary places in our mind. And worry and doubt can just become so crippling if we allow it to. And I found that if you're in a spot where you're like, I want to feel good today and I want some self-love, rose quartz, again, does it every time. But I will say, when I find myself in some dark days or some dark thoughts, honey calcite is like the antidote. It will bring me out of darkness and low vibes and bring me back to a place where it's even a possibility to focus on self-love. So I will say rose quartz and honey calcite is a delicious combination. But when it comes down to it, you can get there with the rose quartz, and rose quartz does so much when you access the heart. So I had to go with rose quartz.
See, I was just talking about, I just recorded another episode and I chose rose quartz because it was all about being a mompreneur and being stressed out and stuff like that. And it was like, there's no other comparison. There's no other comparison for self-love or just to give yourself a break, you know, like I don't, believe it or not, I don't have honey calcite, but that is definitely now on my list.
It is so delicious. And I'm a vegan, so I don't eat honey. So this is the only way I get my honey. And
oh my gosh.
Ooey gooey, fabulous. So good.
Wow. That, yeah, guys,
I know, what can you say? It's
I know, because it's like, it was really hard for me because it was like, you know, amethyst came into my mind for this, but nothing compares to rose quartz, nothing. And it's so affordable too. And it's really, if a crystal shop around you doesn't have rose quartz, that ain't no crystal shop, sweetie.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. That's a little crystal shop of horrors. If there's no rose quartz involved.
Exactly.
I agree.
So definitely look into honey calcite and rose quartz for the lifting of your spirits and the self-love that we all need and deserve. So this one, the best crystal for finding your Zen or meditation. So I did Zen/meditation because sometimes, you know, let's be real. Sometimes we just don't have that time to sit in meditation and find our soul. So this one, like I said, this was really hard, guys. We were saying like, this is really hard to find a crystal, because I had about 5 come into my head that I've worked with personally that are beautiful for meditation. But Michael, I want to hear what you have to say about your best crystal for this subject.
I you know, it gets tougher and tougher as we continue, Erica. Okay. You thought self-love was tough? Like, again, and I want to just remind all the viewers that if you are new to crystals, that it really does come down to your personal experience, right? I mean, we're way showers as far as the crystals, what to start out with, like rose quartz. You can't go wrong with rose quartz. There's no getting it wrong. However, you know, someone might tune into a totally opposite crystal and find self-love through there. So it really is a case-by-case basis. But I will say that when it comes to Zen meditation and really opening yourself up and aligning to receive, it's all about apophyllite for me, baby.
Yeah.
It is all about apophyllite. I love it so much. I love that it's pure light energy, and it is just alignment in a tiny little package. So I think if you're really trying to Zen out and find your inner voice and your alignment in meditation, apophyllite is going to blow your crown off.
I love how you said alignment in a little package. I love that.
I mean, I'm like right now, this is my apophyllite piece. I don't know. It's so small. I don't even know if you can see it. This stone is one of the most powerful stones that I own, that I feel, and it's so teensy tiny. And then I'll hold up a big chunk of something else, which still packs a punch. But one thing I've learned early on in the crystal journey is that it's not necessarily about the size of the crystal, but more about the motion in the ocean, if you know what I'm saying. It's how you're feeling it and riding those waves of energy. And this little tiny piece of apophyllite is a huge impact maker. So I'm all about it for the meditation. Yeah.
My first, what did I get? I got a 7, that size piece. He's showing me a tiny piece. Like when I'm saying it is what, the size of a quarter? If
it's a little bit smaller than a quarter. Yeah. It's maybe penny sized.
Right. Yeah. So I remember I went to a crystal shop and I was just drawn to the apophyllite. A tiny little piece was $7. you know, we're saying that it's a little bit on the more expensive side, but I'm telling you, it is worth every single penny. I came home, I saged it, I cleared it, I charged it, and I put that thing on my third eye, and I did a meditation. When I tell you I never had that sort of experience, I was like, what is in this crystal that took me to this other world? It really is an amazing crystal. You just feel lighter, you know?
Oh, that's the perfect world, is like lighter, because I'm telling you, when I first came into contact with apophyllite, I thought it was quartz. I didn't realize that there was a difference between apophyllite and quartz. And when I looked at it closer, I said, oh, this is a little bit different. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit shinier. And even now, looking at it compared to my other piece of quartz right next to it, it just has a quality that's all its own. It's almost indescribable of how beautifully bright and clear. It's like a chip of magic ice. It's just so
I love that.
And I would love to be inside your meditation the first time you threw this baby on your third eye. I can't even imagine what you connected to.
I was like, cause you know, I was talking to my spirit guides beforehand and everything like this. This was on a different level. Like I went to a different dimension that I was not used to. Like I probably went to like the 9th or 10th dimension with this thing. It was incredible. And
First class.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And it does, just keep in mind, it does look like quartz. It can be easily confused with quartz. But yeah, you guys, apophyllite, that's definitely the way to go, especially with meditation. I have to say that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And it is. It's just like, you know, recently I've been very led and guided to focus on light when I meditate, or like calling in light, actually magnetizing and attracting the energy of light. And if I'm not using any crystals, it takes a second to kind of visualize light and to see the light, so to speak. But when I'm holding the apophyllite, oh my goodness, it's like, you don't even have to visualize. Light is around you. It's beaming through your pores. It's filling you. And just that little light boost is worth its weight in gold, honey, for real. Worth its weight in apophyllite, okay?
Yes, definitely. I like I said, I had a hard time with this one. Apophyllite was definitely one of mine, but I'm just going to go with the OG, and that is quartz, just regular clear quartz. Quartz is just, I don't know. It really is a really incredible stone. Guys, this is what our computers have in them. Our cell phones have quartz in it. This is an incredible stone. So, you know, when I mean, maybe it's the size of the quartz I have.
Ooh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really big, but...
Sorry about that. Hollywood agrees, by the way. My dog is all about the quartz.
But yeah, quartz for me has definitely, this is for mindful meditation, mind you. If you're wanting to go to different dimensions, talk to your spirit guides, be of the light and connect with spirit, I would go with apophyllite, you know. But if you're just wanting to calm your own mind and focus on your breath, like mindful meditation, I would go with quartz. Because I'm telling you, when I'm holding that and I'm meditating, no thoughts are coming in whatsoever. It's incredible.
That is incredible. That you talk about, because, you know, the world is changing right now. The world is opening up to meditation as a necessity versus some kind of like weird new agey kind of thing. People are realizing, oh, damn, I've been meditating all my life without realizing it. And when they take that power in their own hands, the world opens up and changes in such beautiful ways. It can't be stressed enough how meditation is crucial. And it's funny that I use the word stressed. It can't be stressed enough that meditation is important, because when you are dealing with stress and you don't know how to access meditation, every part of your life is affected. So I totally agree. Quartz has this way of just raising the vibe. And again, aligning your body, your mind, your soul, clearing anything that's keeping you from that alignment, and I think everyone, no matter who you are, whether you meditate consciously or not, you've got to have a piece of quartz on you, which you probably already do if you're carrying around a cell phone or a computer or a watch on your hand. You know, it's like we all are quartz people. We are, whether we realize it or not, whether we know anything about crystals or not, we've all felt the effects of quartz in the 21st century.
Are we on the same wavelength or something? Because you're like,
yes.
Like, I'm like, that's exactly what I would say.
It's true. Quartz is everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, no, quartz, like, that is, I love how you were talking about, you know, it's meditation is beginning to not be a weird thing that people are doing, but it's becoming more and more first off, it's needed, period. Every single person on this earth would benefit from a daily meditation practice. But I do feel like quartz and meditation are like the gateways to the woo-woo. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. They are gateway crystals.
Yes,
quartz
they really are. Yes,
they are.
definitely.
And you know, it's just like accessing your heart, like why rose quartz, for example, can't be undervalued, because when you just move through that gate, it opens up a whole nother world. It's not just like, oh yeah, I meditate and I'm going to remain the same. No, queen, when you meditate, you are going to experience life through a whole new set of eyes.
Yes.
And if quartz can help you find that perspective, honey, what are you waiting for?
Right.
Get on it. Grab a piece of quartz, insert it in an orifice, whatever you need to do to feel that power.
Right.
Channel that energy, because quartz is the most abundant crystal on the planet.
And there's a reason for it.
Yes, we're a quartz rock floating through space. Like, get down with the cause, friends. Like, get behind it, get your quartz. It'll change your life.
Right. I want to also point out that, you know, if you are new to meditation, if it's hard for you to stop your thoughts, if it, you know, if you can't get out of your mind, go get yourself some quartz. I'm telling you, just
but
go.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah, because that's the biggest reason why people stop. You know, they start meditating and then they stop within a week because they can't, you know, stop their thoughts. Well, congratulations, guys. We're not supposed to stop our thoughts. It's allowing yourself to be the observer of your thoughts. That's the key to meditation. So if you're having a hard time disconnecting, go ahead and get yourself some quartz and start back up this meditation again. And I can guarantee you it's going to be very different. Very
totally different.
Yeah.
As you're saying this, I can't help myself. I had to grab my quartz point and I'm holding it close. And just already I get this sense when I hold this close to me and it wants to go straight to like between my heart and my solar plexus. And I just feel a sense of power in a way that, you know, it's like when you hold a quartz, it's such a hard stone. It's you know, cold unless you hold it and it's hot. But to me, when I hold this cold, firm stone, it makes me feel like I'm unbreakable. It makes me feel truly in touch with my power. And as I even say it, it's like that energy just resonates and amplifies. And when you can get in touch with that subtle energy of quartz, oh my goodness, it's also the gateway to feeling all of the other crystals. So
yes,
I love that, you know, it's a gateway crystal because
yes.
It really is.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to best all around.
And I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder what it's going to be. But I'm just going to go out and say it. This question was very hard for me. I went back time and time again. You know, there are so many crystals that I want to point out, but that is for another day. I'm going to go for my vote for best all around is none other than quartz. Clear quartz.
But of course. Yes, please. Oh, yes. Yes. I think you chose wisely.
Yeah.
Erica, I think you chose wisely. To be honest, I'm on the same page. It's quartz, baby. It is. And I love all the crystals. You know, we were saying like it's so challenging to pick an all-around best crystal when it's like choosing a favorite child. You know, it's like you don't want to say it, even though deep down you know you have a favorite. It's kind of like that with quartz to me. Like I feel like just the programming possibilities with quartz, it's so programmable, which is why we use it.
Yeah.
In all of our technology, why would you not want to have a crystal ally that you can basically program to do your bidding? Sounds ominous, but really make your dreams come true. Program that baby. And it cures you. It imprints it and really amplifies that. That's so magical to me. What could be better?
Right. I think we do deserve some honorable mentions for the best all around, because we both were like, we were talking about this and he said a couple that I feel, and we want to give some honorable mentions. I was thinking amethyst. Maybe it's just because it's my birthstone and I'm very connected to it, and it's just such a nice stone, guys. And it's the ultimate protector. It is the ultimate healer. It really is a very powerful stone. Really helps me connect with my intuition. That is definitely an honorable mention. Michael, do you want to add another honorable mention?
Well, can I just say thank you for honoring amethyst? Because let's be honest, let's be real. Amethyst is also a member of the quartz family, as is rose quartz. Again, so it all comes together. It's like, quartz is queen right now. And I feel like amethyst is one of those crystals, again, if you're a skeptic and you're like, I'm holding rocks, bro, it's not doing anything. Like, go check yourself with some amethyst, honey, because one of my, and rarely do I have crystal experiences that rock me or that really like blow my mind in a sense where I need to sit down and take a breath. You can tune into the subtle energies of any crystal, but there are times where you're working with a crystal and it can be too much, or it can be like, whoa, I wasn't ready for that. And amethyst has yielded one of those experiences to me. And I actually had to have a friend pry the amethyst out of my hand and put hematite into my palm to bring it back down to earth, because I was floating that far away with the amethyst. So amethyst is one of those stones you can feel so beautifully, and it will take you away. So I just want to say that amethyst, I feel you, I love you.
Yeah.
And I got to say, the other stone that I would just like to mention honorably, which I probably have more of than any other stone, even quartz, is selenite, honey. Selenite. Yes, there she is. She's beautiful. I brought my golden selenite out here.
Oh, that's a nice
one. Today.
It's
so beautiful. I got it in Manhattan, and I swear it brings like the energy of the city, and at the same time like helps clear you and bring you to the countryside. Selenite is such an aligner, such a beautiful cleansing stone, high vibes. I have like chunks of it in my room. I have like 2 huge selenite lamps. I have selenite wands. Selenite. It is such a beautiful stone. And I think get into crystals to, when they have a problem and they say, ooh, my house feels kind of like heavy, or I feel like a little depressed, I need some crystal medicine. And selenite is just so again, clearing needs and realigning you. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Yes. Yeah. Selenite, that was one that I pointed out too. I have it. This is the ultimate cleanser. You don't have to ever clear this crystal, because it is a natural, clear crystal that clears itself. It takes negative energy, guys, and turns it into positive energy. This wand, selenite wands, they're usually a good size where you could just put it on your windowsills, on top of doors, where it's all over my house. And I have one in my car. So, it really is just an awesome stone. You can't make a gem elixir with it, unfortunately. It is not of the
I know they do not like rain. Water, I've learned.
Yes.
Can I just tell you a really kind of tragic selenite story? I left my selenite pendant in my pocket, and I washed my pants, and selenite survived, but it was half the selenite that it once was. And now I love it even more because it's a survivor selenite. But selenite's one of those crystals you've got to take really good care of. It's not as durable as quartz or some of the other harder stones. it will melt if you cry on it. And for those of you
Yeah.
who cry on your crystals like I do, something to be aware of.
Yeah, it's definitely, I noticed like I had a big chunk of selenite and I left it out to charge with the full moon. It rained. It was half the size the next morning. So it is a very sensitive stone, but it is a extremely high vibrational stone.
Yes.
And I definitely, that is such an honorable mention. It really is.
And I love that you put it in your car. Because can I just tell you, I was traveling to Florida last week and I got in an Uber that desperately needed some selenite, honey. Desperately. And I'm thinking, oh my God, do I have any crystals on me to leave this woman? Like, she does not even know how badly this car needs some selenite. So for all of my Lyft and Uber drivers out there, please do yourself a favor and get some selenite. It will not only increase your tips, it will make you a much happier driver.
Yes.
Okay? Like, do not underestimate selenite in the ride.
Yeah. And I feel like you're going to attract more positive people if you have selenite in your car.
Oh my God, it will be like a spiritual masterclass with every ride that you take versus schlepping dirty, poor people around, because that's what I think you'll attract with some residue. Like, yeah, I think that's going to be like, ultimately, we're going to see selenite Lyft rides around the planet. Like, people are just going to make cars made of selenite or transportation vessels made of selenite, because it really is such a beautiful stone, especially when you're on the move and you're picking up other energies out and about. Oh my gosh, it really does keep you totally aligned. And I could go on and on and on about selenite. It's definitely an honorable mention.
Yeah, it is an honorable mention. Like I said, and this is something like I highly get yourself some selenite if you are around some people at work or even your family. Have some selenite with you, because it, like I said, it takes that negative energy and turns it into good. I can't tell you how many times I have walked in on, family functions where I had about 3 selenites on me at all times, because
Seriously.
It's that powerful. But Michael, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for giving us all this amazing insight on all the crystals.
Thank you. It's so good to connect with crystal keepers and talk about these magical little babies. It was such an honor connecting with you. And I know that there are many more crystals to come.
Yes.
So thank you for this opportunity.
Yes. Thank you so much.